Thank you, Mr Speaker. Independent research says the Scottish Block Grant will be cut by £5 billion in real terms in the next 2 years. If the Scottish Government has £5 billion less to spend, then our councils have less to spend, despite cost and demand going up. Take Glasgow City Council. City Treasurer Councillor Ricky Bell said today that the consequences of what looks likely to be passed on to Scotland's public services will be catastrophic, and communities already reeling from 12 years of Tory austerity are being pushed to the brink of destruction. What can he do other than support independence to stop those communities being destroyed?
State.
Well, Mr Speaker, supporting independence will certainly not help the finances of Scotland, and many independent economists have made that observation. It is, as I said to the previous question, it is absolutely the choices the Scottish Government have to make as to how they spend their budget, and they have, if they need to do so, they have tax-raising powers, they have borrowing powers. That is a decision for them. But equally, they have to choose what their priorities are. And I would say, keeping in the budget £20 million for an independence referendum no one wants is not responsible.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. Thanks to Brexit, the UK has got the highest inflation in the G7, which has caused an additional £1.7 billion to be knocked off the Scottish budget due to pressures such as energy increases, wage increase, cost of living. So instead of a robotic answer and the biggest budget being awarded, and they wrongly stated Scotland's got borrowing powers, which we don't for a revenue budget. So what discussions he had about the Chancellor about additional revenues come to Scotland to offset these inflationary pressures?
Well, I must set the record straight, Mr Speaker. There is borrowing available for both capital and for revenue, and also there's an emergency figure as well as was available during COVID. Regarding inflation, which is the point the honourable gentleman raises, rising energy costs and rising food prices as a result of Putin's illegal war in Ukraine have affected continental Europe and indeed the United Kingdom. It is a global issue. The Bank of England is taking steps. The Chancellor's statement tomorrow will take further steps to stabilise the markets. But what we're very clear about is we've put in place support for people through the household support scheme, the energy price cap, the £37 billion that the Chancellor announced earlier this year. And we will protect, as we've always said, the most vulnerable in society.